Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2 on Netflix is the proof that even though you have a great story, great characters, if you don't give enough time to develop, it's going to be a mess. But can it be saved? Let's talk about it. First thing, we won't have spoilers in this video, so I'm just going to talk about what I think about the series, the thing that went really wrong, and some things that I liked, and my overall opinion about this season and if I'm going to continue watching it. So let's talk. So, I was eager to watch season 2, first thing because I loved season 1 and I grew up watching the animation, so I was really eager to season 2 because that's my favorite arc, I think, from the animation. And most of the characters that I prefer in this arc of the story, so I was really eager to see how they would impersonate those characters that I really wanted to see. Was it like the animation? No. I think that the way they're telling the story is different. It's the same story with the same background, the same characters, the same development, but I feel that they added a more mature feeling to the characters because in the animation, of course, it was for kids. Everything was more light. Yes, we are at war. A lot of bad things is happening. But let's laugh. We're all friends and we are in this journey together to defeat the evil. And in the series, I feel that they try to give a more mature look, but not that far. It's something in the middle, something that you can enjoy watching, but you still can put your kids watching and they will like it. So I feel that there is a less light thing compared to the animation, but I like everything they changed about it, literally because I am an adult and I want to see people, oh, we are at war. We're not happy, we're desperate. We are going to die. I wanted to see something more mature. In my opinion, it could go darker from that, but I think people will hate it. So at least it's something in the middle that I can enjoy. And yes, it is different in many ways. I like the way it's different. It's one of the things that I actually really liked. And even the characters, they still have the same storylines, but at the same time, I think they added more feelings and more personality to the characters, meaning that, not necessarily in a good way, but meaning that the characters have more deepness. Because in the animation, sometimes it felt like, oh, this character represents one emotion. Like Aang is most of the time happy and light and cloudy and an airbender. But in this series, I feel that they added more deepness to the characters' feelings, which I liked most of the cases. About the introduction of my favorite characters, Azula and Toph. First, let's start talking about Toph. She is one of the characters that I think they changed the personality a little bit, but it's something that I actually really love about the show because, again, it gave her more deepness, and I loved her in the animation, and I missed the kind of humor that she had in this series. She still has it, but it's more soft and not all the time, and I feel like in the animation, she was always in a rage and it was really fun to watch. But in the series, I feel like she feels more the weight of the responsibility she has. If you watch the animation, you're like, oh, Toph doesn't care. She's going to go there, beat everyone down, and going to laugh about it. But in this Netflix series, I feel like she feels more and she understands more what she's going through. I feel like in the animation, she's not only in denial, but it doesn't affect her. I feel like in the series, oh, they show like, oh, this actually affects her mentally. I like that. About Azula, they added something that I liked about her. We were all scared because we don't want a soft, sweet Azula because she is a crazy, raging bitch. She's a sociopath with anger issues, and we were afraid that they were going to turn her sweet because the actress is really sweet, but I think she made a great job because you can see she is enjoying something in her eyes, but it's not a good thing. I mean, I feel more like the actress having this sweet look and being a sweet person actually added to the craziness of the character because when she's rigid and cold like Azula is supposed to be, but at the same time she feels pleasure when she sees people getting hurt, and you can see in her eyes that she's eager to eat you alive. So these good feelings that she feels is not necessarily about good things happening to others, more like people getting out of her way. Also, she's a badass Azula above all. Sorry, Zuzu. I love Azula. Also, every time she's mocking Zuzu, I feel like I love that woman. And you can see hints of her craziness throughout the series. You can see how she is about to explode all the time, and she has that craziness in her eyes, and she's holding it back. I love that because we know what's going to happen, and I love crazy Azula. Talking about the thing that I really hated about this season, it felt like I was watching a story from a TikTok. It was like I was seeing parts of a story without seeing it all. And of course, it's because it's only 7 episodes. You can't tell a story that rich in 7 episodes. It doesn't matter the size of each episode. You don't have time to show things. And I think they try to do everything without time. So most of the time, it felt like I was missing some part of the story because in one moment, Aang was really flirty with Katara, and in the other scene, he's really angry, and as a viewer, you're like, oh, I don't understand why he's changing what he's feeling that fast, but it's actually because we are not getting the part in the middle. The story that happened between those scenes, it was like reading a book, but every time you read a chapter, you skip one. So it was all good, I think. Honestly, I don't have much to complain to what I see. It's most about what I missed. Because I watched the animation, so I could understand why a character was in that scene, and in the next one, I'm like, where's Suki? Oh, she's far away now. But I remember that because of the animation, you didn't show her leave. And at the same time, they don't show you that time is passing that fast. So it's literally, you jump into another scene and you feel like you missed a whole episode because, oh, what is happening? What's going on? Also, there are some mysteries, some subplots that are happening throughout the season that they're not good developed, I think. So sometimes it felt like they were solving those subplots without actually starting them. I felt like, oh, this is happening. The plot is solved. You didn't even have time to think about the things that were happening or how the characters were dealing with it. You just had the characters feeling a lot of feelings each scene and all mixed together without information. It felt like I was missing something in every episode. They put the main things, but the journey between those things were missed. One moment when Katara gets to Toph and be like, oh, we've been through a lot. Yes, for you inside the story, but for us viewers, you just met her last episode. Because in the animation, of course, you have more episodes and you have the journey explained more. In the Netflix series, I think the major problem is that we don't have the journey to get to those places. We just have the important scenes, but we need the context for those. We need those small steps in the journey to get from a place A to a place B. But in the series, it felt like, oh, we go to the place A, B, C without showing and without seeing or without knowing how the characters got there, but at the same time, we get how those things affected the characters. With that said, did I like it this season or not? Yes, I like this season. And mainly because the story is really good. Even though I felt like I was missing something all the time, the things that I was watching was good. I liked the characters, I liked the change they made into their personalities. It was slightly. Don't cry, stop whining. I love, and even though those main plots were badly developed, the main story had it all, mostly. So We have the main story and the subplots are just happening so fast. The characters are dealing with it too fast. The main thing was there. I think the soul of the story was there. And it's definitely one of those shows that I'm going to rewatch again because I feel like it was happening everything so fast that I didn't have time to pay attention to what was happening. If you're addicted to TikTok or short videos, you're probably going to be better at it than me, but I'm old school. I like to watch movies that have 3 hours and just enjoy every single minute of it. I like songs that has more than 3 minutes in it. So for me, it was too fast, but at the same time, I know that if I rewatch it, there will be more things that I didn't have time to pay attention throughout it. I'm going to give this season 2 a 7 because I really love it. And a story is great, the characters are great. I just wish we could go back to having series with 20 episodes at least, because we can't do much with 7 episodes, and we can see that. We can't see that that's a problem. You need more time to tell a story. 7 episodes is too little for a story too rich, for characters that are too rich. So, that was my review of Season 2 of The Avatar The Last Airbender. I liked it. I'm going to rewatch it again, and probably going to like it more every time I rewatch it. But for the first time watch it, I felt it was too rushed. So that was my review. I think I'll see you in the next video. And if it's the first time you're watching a video in this channel, please subscribe to the channel. We really need it. I hope you enjoyed. I think I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.